Now, okay, couple of announcements. I have 3 announcements to make. Number 1, we are on the 3rd episode. We are into the Jedi Strikes Back. No, Jedi Return of the Jedi. We are in the 50 Shades Freed. Okay, my favorite ending to a trilogy. All right.
But it's episode 4 of season 2. But it's our 3rd of our
We are in season 2.
Wow.
S2E3.
Wow, I can't believe it. That's crazy, Aaron. Number 2, last episode, you did not think the episode was slowing down, so I never showed you the surprise I have. Okay, so that is on the table for this episode.
Ooh, can't wait for that.
All right.
Is that because John from Edina's he wasn't available yet?
No.
He's calling in later to get the surprise?
He's calling in later. You couldn't get a hold of him?
Number 3, I have so much good information during the about this album and songs of this. We cannot have long rolling goings. We need to keep the rolling goings short because I will talk a lot during this album about T-Rex. Okay. And I have a number of things that I think you guys are going to find very interesting. And you can guess which part you thought I found so interesting. You can see if you can pick it out. So that is the announcements. Okay. We will continue.
The fact that they essentially just stole the Rolling Stones sound and
I went to, I used to go, did you guys ever go to summer camp as a kid? I would go to summer camp, and when we had announcements, there was a song they would sing when we would hear announcements. You guys want to hear it?
Please, Russell. I would love nothing more.
Announcements. A terrible death to die. A terrible death to die. A terrible death to talk to death. A terrible death to die. Announcements.
A terrible death to die? That was
I don't know. That's what we would sing.
Russell, what Russell, can I ask you this? Were you running through tires and doing monkey bars? You might have been at an Al Qaeda training camp. Okay. I just want to warn you. That sounds like you're at an Al Qaeda training camp. Wow. That's crazy.
And they have a lot of those in Minnesota, surprisingly.
Russell's like the camp ended when some people came in and maybe get naked in a pyramid. You guys remember that? Where they put the...
Oh, yeah.
They put the
chairs.
naked in the pyramid?
It's maybe not the funniest joke ever. I don't know. I mean...
I signed up to go to Angels training camp, and I accidentally ended up at the Al Qaeda training camp.
I thought it was the American League.
It was a clerical error.
I didn't look past the AL. I was like, fine. And then there's a whole bunch of stuff behind AL.
We get one more listen, and it's from Langley. We're like, yes, somebody's listening to us.
Nothing like Rob setting our comedic tone as an Al Qaeda running joke. Why wouldn't we, right? Thanks, Rob.
Once again,
naked
great night
human pyramids.
Al Qaeda running through those tires. I mean, they had a crazy training camp. I got to see their 40 time Al Qaeda shuttle run.
No, we got to move on.
My God.
Anyway, that's the end of announcements. Russell, what a terrible death to die. And I will be pulling you singing that and making it a sound clip for this show. So anytime I have an announcement, I have something to play. That's my number 1 draft in new sounds that I'm going to make starting soon. In 2020, 4 friends decided to listen to every one of the greatest 500 albums as decided by Rolling Stone magazine. This resulted in a text chain that celebrated the music, excoriated the order, and led us to making this podcast. We are far from experts, and we promise to do almost no research. All opinions are our own, unless you disagree. Please sit back, way back, and enjoy Beck Did It Better. We are all the way up from album 188. And from 1971, we have the album Electric Warrior, which was sung by Raiden. Raiden wins.
Oh, you get...
No, that's... Guys, you'll never guess who in Mortal Kombat sang Rock You Like a Hurricane.
Who's that?
Scorpion.
Get over here. Toasty. Sorry, it's T-Rex. Wait, I screwed my joke. Oh, sorry, it's by Trex. Oh, I'm sorry. I mean T.Rex.
I used to judge people who would pick Sub-Zero over Scorpion. I was a Scorpion guy.
Sub-Zero.
I'm playing Mortal Kombat with you and you pick like Johnny Cage or Sub-Zero. I'm judging you as a person and a game player.
Wow. You know what I always pick? Kano. Said nobody. Nobody wanted Kano.
A ball?
Yeah, nobody wanted Kano. He had the coolest one where he ripped out the heart, but nobody wanted him. Now, Russell, you want to guess what move I spammed when I was Johnny Cage? Because I thought it was funny.
What's that?
Where you'd crouch down and punch him in the nuts. That was his special move. You do the splits and punch the person in the nuts. It was great.
Rob, we need to up the energy on this significantly. This is going to be a disaster. We got to change what we're doing.
This is more like The Godfather, where the third one just sucked.
No. This is
First 2, great. Third one just sucked.
Is it time for the surprise?
No, guys, we cannot pull the surprise plug this early. Listen, let's turn on the radio. We're going, you know what, K-Rub? It had a lot of songs I didn't like. So we're going back to K-Rob. And here we go. What's up, everybody? Welcome to K-Rob, K-R-O-B. You know, a lot of people are saying, what's going on with Aaron? What's going on with Matt? And the answer is, I don't care, because I'm obsessed with Russell's apartment being too hot. Oh, yeah. Well, it's 6:33. Russ comes back to his place. It's an oven. Somebody turn up the heat. Oh, yeah. Well, the thermostat's set to only 76. That is normal. So Russ says, why is it hot? Then she says, Russ, you're wrong. When you're gone, the heat wasn't on. Not on, Russell. You're wrong. Russ, you're wrong. While you're gone, the heat wasn't on. Now when he leaves the home, she's tracking him on her phone and she's freezing. She's gotta turn the heat up, oh yeah. Then she gets an alert that Russell is leaving work. That's the signal. She turns on the thermostat and she says, Russ, you're wrong. While you're gone, the heat wasn't on. Russ, you're wrong. While you're gone, he wasn't on. Guys, when you want to hear about the greatest albums of all time, I will never stop making songs about Russell's hot apartment. But you're just I cannot do it.
I gotta say, props for your maturity. I thought you were gonna rhyme alert with squirt, and you didn't. So.
Oh, Jesus Christ, Aaron!
Filthy shit I've ever heard.
I've got the perfect.
What are you doing?
What are you doing?
Trying to get the energy up, guys.
Aaron, don't do that. Be Aaron. Don't be somebody else.
This is the second week out of 3 weeks where I've gotten pushback about doing the podcast. I've never gotten pushback from the upstairs roommate, and it's 2 out of 3 weeks where I don't know if, Rob, I could be wrong, but the upstairs roommate may have sent messages through mutual connections that said, does Russ really have to be on this podcast tonight?
Listen, I really didn't want to do this. Okay. I really didn't want to do this. And I wasn't out of respect. Okay. Out of respect to you. And I wasn't sure how this was going to go. I was not going to play the text I got tonight. But now, as it has been brought up, okay, we will be playing the text to the Bex line that I got from a phone that's inside the apartment currently.
Is this the surprise?
Can we give Russ a hall pass to be later tonight?
This is somebody calling to beg to give Russell a hall pass. So I said, it's not up to me. Okay. I blamed Aaron almost immediately. Did that. A coward. Okay.
Oh, no. Don't read that one.
The next message I get. Okay.
Oh, no.
Which made me insanely jealous.
No, I need to see it before Rob.
Close your eyes and just listen.
We just got home. He needs to change and make sure I am happy before going downstairs.
Now, Russell, first of all, don't ever change.
Jesus.
Okay. We love you the way you are. We think you're great.
To be clear, I record downstairs.
Kudos to you, Russell.
Right.
For this. I mean,
right.
That's
a swordsman.
Yeah.
He needs to make sure I'm happy.
That's a good life you're living.
Russell, I would have delayed the podcast for you.
My point is this is 2 out of 3 weeks where I've got pushback on, now that it's summer out, people like to go out. You don't want to stay at home. You want to go do new things. And this idea of coming back at like 9:15 on a weekend, it might be dying. I'm just saying,
this thing is hard. I know.
Rob pushed a limit with the Rob and John show. And if Rob would have done this about this week, it might have been El Fiend. It might have been the end. I'm just giving you a warning.
I agree with you, Russell. The Rob and John show was the beginning of the end of the podcast.
I agree with you.
I mean, this truly is difficult. This started when there was nothing going on in the world, and now our lives are picking back up. And I think you guys stay up way too late. I know.
I agree with you. Single Russ was much better and much more willing to do.
Wait a minute.
No.
It was much more fun in the podcast. Had much more fun with it.
No, that was not the point. Listen, let's get right into. Guys. Rob. Listen.
I had an experience I was with a kind of a friend, doesn't know anything about the podcast, and we had a few friends together, and these were people I wasn't going to tell them about the podcast, but they started talking about like their favorite podcast, and it took like every inch of me not to be like, I'd use Audacity. I've got this mic. Like, do you guys ever come across it where people start talking about podcasts and you're like, dude, I've done 200 episodes, but I can't tell anyone. Do you guys ever, does it ever happen for you or not?
Oh, I've got at my school, there's a whole class where they just do GarageBand to make songs.
And you've got to act like an idiot.
I'm like, oh, goddamn. I mean, I got a whole song about Russell's hot apartment. I mean, these kids would love it.
And for me, it's only at work. Like at work, I have to be like, oh yeah, you listen to podcasts. That's fun. But I like most other acquaintances, I will tell them I'm on a podcast, and then I send them an episode, and then I never hear from them again, ever.
No, you don't have to worry about them ever listening again. It's actually a good way to get people out of your life. I've done that with people I don't care for.
Yeah, I've lost
send them my podcast
friends for it. Right.
Listen. Okay, this album's by T-Rex. You know that there's one guy who's got a fetish for dinosaurs.
Some people
No, I'm not going to do that again. But you know there's one guy who has a fetish for dinosaurs? And he's probably like, oh, wow, you're so hot. You're making me as hard as a Diplodocus.
What?
Diplodocus. It's Diplodocus.
Okay.
Yeah, what's a Diplodocus?
No, I didn't write down a bunch of dinosaur names.
That joke was Diplodocus? Is that what you said?
I have three guys here.
Oh, Myosaurus. That wasn't a very good joke.
That was, really, like I'm supposed to get insulted by that joke. I have three guys here who are going to now tell me one other song on this album beside Bang a Gong, parentheses, get it on. Listen, I've got Matt in Minneapolis. Matt, how are you doing?
Good, Rob. I just was thinking, you're dirty and sweet. So thanks for having me on the podcast.
Wow, I can't wait to hear where all these quotes are from. So many different songs to choose from on this album. I got Russell in Minnesota. Russell, how are you doing?
Rob, we've talked about how you're built like a car, but I finally saw Dauber's up-close pictures of your hubcap Diamond Star Halo.
Oh.
Oof.
Hot dog flavored water, my dude. And I've got Aaron out in California now. Aaron recently started a business where he owns a gentleman's club. A gentleman's club is what we call them now, where the women and men will say, well, let's say the women. The women, this joke only works, I realize. The women are dressed like aliens. Nice. It's called Aerolas 51. Oh gosh. Aaron in California, how are you doing?
I tried so hard not to laugh at that.
No.
Listen.
Take me to the VIP room.
I know that this song is not technically on this album, and this might be one of those British things where the best single was not on the album, but this is my one chance to tell you, Rob, you may think you're a champ, but you're nothing but a raw ramp. Let's talk about T-Rex.
Wow, Aaron. That was beautiful.
You cannot give me oral sex.
That's what they'd be saying at Aerola 51. All right. Guys, anything else?
Rob, if I were to spend an evening at Aerola 51, would I be wearing my blue sunglasses?
Oh.
Or my white sunglasses?
You got to wear the white sunglasses. You just got back in for fishing. Okay? You don't want to go home and see that kid. You got to go to Aerola 51. Next up to the stage, it's Bleep Blorp. Bleep Blorp. She's like candy because she's so sweet but bad for your teeth. Bleep Blorp, get up there. Drop your linen, start your grinning, Bleep Blorp.
It's been a while since we've heard of drop your linen and get your grinning ginger or whatever.
Right? Stop whiffing and start sniffing. Let's go.
Aaron, he has never done that. That was filthy. Rob has never done that.
That's not true?
Gross.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Energy up.
Yep. Folks.
No more tangling. Let's start dangling. Let's see.
No. Who are you? What? What?
Folks, next up to the stage, we have Spock. Spock coming up to the stage. The only emotion he feels is horny. Next up, come on down to the stage. E.T. E.T. come on down to the stage. E.T. This E.T. is going to make you want to say, touch bone.
Oh.
Okay, that's a good one. Very nice.
Like Pete?
He'll get scared and make your neck go up on your ET. Oh yeah.
Rob, do you think like the stripper play-by-play guy or whatever the PA announcer?
Not a play-by-play guy.
Do they move up to like working minor league basketball?
Yep.
Is it like like you've got to work your way up? Is that like where on the totem pole is being the floor manager or whatever you want to call it at the club?
He screws it up. He's like, and now coming to the stage from Central Arkansas, 6'6", number 33, Scottie Pippen.
It feels like they're all trying to get to Atlanta, right? Like it feels like they're trying to get to Magic City or the Gold Club, and like you can't you can only get so far. Like if you're at the VU,
Aaron, how many adult clubs do you know?
Yeah.
3.
He's an owner. He's on the Facebook group.
Right. I know the Deja Vu in Minneapolis, and I know Magic City because that's where Lou Williams used to go for wings.
Yep.
And I know the Gold Club because that's where Patrick Ewing used to go.
That's where he broke quarantine in the bubble, right? To go to the strip club.
Yes.
Like that's one of the greatest strip club stories of all time.
Yeah. Lou Williams stories. We can't even get started on Lou Williams stories. That man has led a life.
It's now.
Eric, could you imagine if like the first thing that popped up when people Googled you was Aaron broke quarantine to go to the Gold Club?
Oh,
that would be quite a story.
Listen, can you imagine if you went to a strip club?
Like quite good or quite bad, Aaron?
All publicity is good publicity. That's how when our podcast breaks big, that's what's going to matter for us.
Can you imagine? Oh, yeah, we're going to break big and somebody's going to listen to 188 episodes to hear our bit on alien strippers. I don't think so.
You guys know, I'll do it. Whatever. Why not? Aaron and I have a strip club story together.
It's true. We've been there.
Wow.
Actually, Aaron wasn't. No, this is a different one, Aaron. This is not the one. This is a different one.
Was Aaron stripping and you saw? Oh.
No, I came to visit Aaron in San Francisco.
Oh, yes.
And they came out. We went out. We got a few drinks. And it turns out right across the street was the oldest strip club in the United States. I believe it's called the Condor, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. Wow. It opens at like 6 a.m. or something.
I'm a history buff. I got to go check out the Condor.
Russell, when you say you're a history buff, does that mean you enjoy dating older women? And that's why you're going to the oldest strip club in San Francisco? It's because you're hoping that there's maybe some dancer.
They're like up there flashing their social security card while they're. It's like yes. Show me those Medicare benefits,
folks. Next up, we got Dolores. Dolores, put your teeth in. Get to the stage. Here comes Dolores. Folks,
that would be a great stripper name in the city because there's Mission Dolores.
Aaron was with his lovely bride, Aaron's wife at gmail.com. They decided, hey, we're going to let Russ go solo on this one. So I did a quick trip into the Condor and then I met them at the next bar. But that was my adult gentleman's
and I never
club
really
memory.
got a review. Like, what did you think of the Condor?
I couldn't tell you. I think it was in line with any other gentleman's club, I suppose.
Can you imagine you go to a strip club and you see Scottie Pippen stripping? You'd be like, I knew we shouldn't have come on discount night. This was terrible. You know who, now you guys would never believe who's at the strip club tomorrow night when we could have come here.
Michael Jordan's kid.
Sex so much. So much sex. Okay. No, the answer is a xenomorph. A xenomorph from the movie Aliens. Okay.
I would probably say it would have been former Timberwolves center Nikola Pekovic, aka the Big Pecker.
Oh, yeah.
Nobody called him that. Nobody called him.
I know 3 complimentary movie guys that will dispute that in a heartbeat, Rob. Go live in New York.
Wait, there's 3 of them?
There are 3. I would confirm there are 3, but I don't remember if we talked about it in the episode that Rob has not edited
We
yet.
did. We found out there was a 3rd.
I'm looking up other aliens to do strip club jokes. Not any good ones, though. That's on me. Let's get to our voicemail.
On the phone won't leave me alone.
Okay, last time I called in, I asked about your favorite memories at St. Olaf. Pardon me, I said St. Olaf last time. And this time,
will do you good.
I know you guys always mention going to Las Vegas, and this Oli, me, is going to Las Vegas for spring break this year. And I was just wondering, what are your favorite memories in Las Vegas? And do you have any recommendations? Thank you. Bye.
Man,
wow.
I can't believe there's anything we haven't covered here, but.
Well, I would reference Aaron's tattoo, and I would definitely say the first place you got to go is Carnival Courts.
I mean, that's the number one recommendation, right? Carnival Court. Like, I can't believe more people don't go there. It's an outdoor bar with no cover where there's going to be live music. And this year, the band wasn't my favorite, but they were still there playing
droids
every night.
And Aaron, to jump on the Carnival Court, a few other things about when you get to Vegas, drinks get very expensive if you're in regular bars. This is a regular bar. You might pay more than you'd pay in Minneapolis or Northfield for a drink, but it's a regular bar, so you're not paying $25 for every drink you get. It's like normal prices.
There's big, hefty drinks.
Oh, Russell knows that. Now listen, Russell, this year at the Carnival Court, I paid $0 for my drinks because Peter from St. Paul bought all of them for me. What a hero. A true hero.
Buying drinks for everyone.
We loved him. He was great. Thank you, Peter.
Largesse knows no bounds.
So there's places to sit, there's places to stand, there's live music. There's also, if you're into like something new and different, they've got the bartenders that are flipping kind of the flaming bottles.
Yes.
They're pouring shots. It's a great place.
Right. And sometimes there's couples there that want to have sex with you. That happens too.
I would say my other recommendation is whenever you're going to Las Vegas, my favorite time in Las Vegas is right when the lights come on at the Strip. So wherever you are, you're going to forget what time it is. You're going to forget what's happening. But if you can make it out, just walk out of wherever casino or restaurant or whatever you're in at whatever time the sun is about to go down, and you can be on the Strip when the lights are coming on. That, to me, that's the magic of Las Vegas.
I was also going to recommend going and checking out the shooting water show at the Bellagio, where I got hit in the face with a beer bottle one year. With a beer bottle in the face.
I was not there for that. I missed that.
That's crazy. Now, Russell did already mention the Mustang Ranch. Of course, I did edit that out. He said edit that out.
Henderson, I believe, Rob.
But I would highly recommend
one of those.
I would highly recommend. Listen, you're at the Carnival Court. Go right next door to that one that's by the link. Which one is that again that we always go into? Eras. They have video craps. They have craps where you can roll it. It's slow as craps, and the video is so slow. Learn how to play craps. Get on that video craps. It is one of the best things you can do in Vegas. Craps. Play the pass line. It's maybe a couple come bets. You are good to go in Vegas. Number one worst thing to do in Vegas, okay? Jack off with a belt around your neck and die, and your friends have to make an excuse to your family about what happened to you. No. And we've all made a deal in Vegas. If that happens to any of us, we will back each other out.
My best memories of Las Vegas, I feel like this is now from a time that is forgotten, but my best memories are $10 tables at the Monte Carlo with you three, the Pleasure Principle. I mean, Stat Steve might have been there once.
Joe Woodbury.
You know, like we had, like if you could sit down at a $10 table and play for who knows how long with your closest buddies, like who even cares if you're winning or losing? You're having fun.
Can I just tell you, my favorite visit to Vegas is when I got to see Rosie. And of course, I am talking about Little Rosie. Why do they call him Little Rosie? I got to see him in Vegas.
That was in 2020.
An absolute blast. It was a great time. Okay, so let's go through what we said. We said something about tables. We said something about the lights. We said something about the water show, getting hit with a beer bottle. And the rest of it was about, you should hang out with us. We're a good time
I could
in
hear
Vegas.
from Matt. I keep talking and Matt has not chimed in yet. I could hear about
there's way too many. But like if you're a first timer, I would absolutely go to the all-you-can-eat crab buffet at the Cosmopolitan.
Lovely. Guys, it's...
When are you ever going to eat all-you-can-eat crabs? You know, for $40.
You can walk around with crab butter on your shirt for the rest of the night.
And nobody's going to know.
Guys, fuck off about that. You know I was sensitive. I spilled crab butter. Hey, bros, we're going to build each other up, right? No.
You didn't have to come clean them. It could have been anyone.
We're going to tell every woman we run into, he's got crab butter. Every dealer. Hey, this guy's got crab butter on his shirt. And they would laugh. Oh my God. They would laugh and laugh.
We did do that.
Jesus Christ.
It was kind of embarrassing for all of us, honestly.
Hey, look at this guy I'm palling around with. He's covered in butter. Oh, well.
You know what I think the key to Vegas for a first-time goer?
What's that?
You got to just find what you and your group are into. If it's gambling, just go balls to the wall with gambling. If you want to go to shows, you go all in shows. If you want to find cool restaurants, they've got everything. You shouldn't let anyone else tell you how to have fun in Vegas. You got to find what you like and just embrace it and go all in with the stuff that you and your friends want to do, right?
I would agree, unless, again, that thing that you want to do.
Anderson, Nevada.
I was going to say.
Hey, actually, if you give them the code word Beck did it better, you'll get 50% off your next service.
Yep. But you have to leave a voicemail from the car ride home. Listen, the answer is do whatever. Russ is right. Vegas is the best, especially if you go to the new strip club, Aerola 51, where I thought I'd think of an alien, but I didn't.
Rob, I actually heard they hired a new, very prominent speaker to do the announcements at that Aerola 51. Yeah. It's deep voice guy from the Boys to Men.
Wow, girl.
Well, what would he be announcing at that club?
Stop your speaking and start to leaking.
Stop saying that, Aaron. Please. You have to.
Girl, stop your leaking. I'm going to start my leaking.
My leaking? That doesn't even make sense.
Oh, it does.
No, it kind of does.
Okay, it does actually a little bit. We cannot keep this in.
The alien you're going to want to put in is, I think it's Caitlin Lieb.
What alien did she play?
Who's in the movie Total Recall.
Oh, my God.
Oh,
man. You got us.
Can't do this.
We are not, listen. We cannot, in the first 200 episodes, we cannot talk about the 3-boobed alien. That has to be later in our run. As much as I love you, man, we got to
pretty sure this is the 4th or 5th time.
That's a special surprise.
Yeah.
Guys, the correct answer, by the way, what to do in Vegas, okay, is go out. They have an archaeology dig. Because recently I had a guy who, and he goes, hey, what is that? Gotta have the right button ready to go here. A double D Rex?
Oh. Was it the hey, we're finally done? S2E5 is when we get canceled.
That's it. We did it.
Double D Rex. Yeah. Short arms. All right.
You know when Beck Did It Better really got over the hump was season 2, episode 5. It was that double D Rex joke, which really got him over that 200 listener an episode.
Aaron, rolling going. How's it going with you?
It's going good. Listen, we've been talking about...
And remember, it's got to be short tonight because Rob's got a lot to say about T-Rex.
It's true. Here's all I know. We don't usually talk scheduling on the podcast, but we've already been discussing. I want to let you guys know I cannot record next Saturday because next Saturday I will be playing poker for the school fundraiser poker tournament. So I need to know what
you were like the ultimate like PTA parent. You're into everything now, Aaron.
It's the dumbest shit ever. Yeah.
Right.
I love it, except I feel like our PTA, the reserve is too big and we should be using it for capital expenses versus some of the other things we're spending it on. I'm concerned about that. You started it. All I want to know is what is my poker persona? What do I need to do? I'm going into a poker tournament. Some of these people don't know me. What's my persona? Am I?
I have the answer.
All right, let's hear it, Russell.
So I love playing poker. I don't play that often. I used to play with buddies a lot, but I love being the bully. I love coming in and like people are playing for dollars or quarters, and immediately I'm just like $10. I just want to be the dick who like changes a fun, friendly game into like I'm pushing people around and being a dick. I want to control the game. Aaron, I think you got to be the guy at the PTA poker game that turns a fun, jovial game into like, who the fuck is this guy rooting the game? Like Barney Big Nuts over here.
Oh, I love it. Oh, that's so good. Okay. I like it.
Matt, what do you think?
I was going to say, knowing you, Aaron, like from a personality standpoint, you're not going to want to like mix it up with the dudes who are trying to bully everybody. And so I would just go like all in right away, see if you can like triple right away. And if you happen to lose out in the first two hands, I'll just go drink over here and hang out with everybody.
Aaron, you can get out of there and go like sit at a bar by yourself and then go home to your wife and child like 4 hours later and be like,
at a decent time.
I made it to the second to the last table.
Now,
That's not a bad.
Number one, what makes you think you're playing poker for a fundraiser? Is this at somebody's house? Is this something you purchased?
Yeah, I purchased it at the auction in November. No, it's not someone's house. It's at a sound studio in West Oakland. And I don't know much about it other than that. I think there's food and drinks. Bro. I hope there are cigars. I think maybe the get out early strategy is good.
I've got another person you could be, Aaron. you got to be the guy who quotes Rounders like on every hand. You've got to like be the guy who does the Oreos.
I will not
You've got to be like,
one.
do not splash. In my club, we splash the pot whenever the fuck I want.
You know what though? We're old. There will be plenty of guys who have not seen Rounders there. Like they'll be like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Take a poll. Say, hey, for my podcast, I got to take a poll. That'll let what's the name of your podcast?
Meanwhile,
we'll get around the school.
The two guys are still dressed like Beavis and Butthead, who don't know who Beavis and Butthead are.
Right? Yes, that happened.
He said, take a poll.
Oh yeah. Damn it, Russell. So good. Now, Aaron, I have the correct answer, of course. Okay, the correct answer is weird glasses guy. Remember, there's always those weird glasses guys at the World Series of Poker. Get those weird ass glasses and wear them. It would be a great bit to be weird glasses guy. Now, you're going to a soundstage in Oakland. Is there a chance you're going to an orgy that will be filmed? This sounds like it is a porno setup. You are going to a porno studio.
No.
Okay.
If it happens, I will share the footage with you guys first. Yeah,
Aaron,
that seems unlikely. It's going to be mostly dads, but I don't know.
Okay, guys.
Who knows?
Aaron sends you a video file on a text message, and it says, "Hey guys, this is a porno of me."
No.
You clicking that? You watching it once?
No
Russell,
way.
You're not watching it, Russell? Just once? Just see Aaron laying
this would
pipe?
ruin too much of my. I've known Aaron for too long to ruin our friendship that.
Honestly, I feel like I would learn something. Like, I feel like I could learn something, you know? I'd be like, oh.
You know what? Where I may do it is if I catch another week of heat over doing the podcast, I might just watch it and say, I got to quit.
That's too much. Can't do it. All right, that's it. I appreciate your suggestions. That's how it's really going for me.
You could be the guy that like puts in the headphone. You're like, hey, this is a fun game, and I'm going to be the weirdo who's got to take it super serious. Puts in the headphones, has the glasses on. There's so many ways you could go with this.
Don't ever stop clinking your chips.
I got to be me. But I do feel like I'm going to take a lesson from Matt Damon, but not in the Rounders movie, in Ocean's 11, where I'm going to, be likable but not memorable, whatever it is. Like I wanted, I like Matt's suggestion to get out of there early. So I think I got to go in, I got to play it straight. I got to be fun to play with, and then just try to like not make too many waves and get out of there before I'm sorry, John.
I don't have the spades.
He mucked it, took it down.
He mucked it.
That's it. I appreciate your thoughts.
There's some joke there, Rob. There's some joke there Rob was going to say about porn studio and fun to play with. I'm just trying to cut him off.
I'm trying to. It's so hard for me to come up with that. I can't imagine what that would be. What I was thinking is if Aaron goes to the bathroom, he can come back and be like, that was a royal flush.
The other thing you could do, Aaron, is be the guy who like shows up and they're playing Texas Hold'em and you're like, I thought we were playing Omaha. Like you could be like, Omaha is you could talk about like how there's much better games like that.
Yes.
That Hold'em is a game for like, losers. Like we could play let's play Omaha high-low or something like that.
It's like a real game. Omaha, Hold'em's been pumped up by the media and the poker establishment as being a great game when it's a dilution of the real thing. You could
also have like Doyle Brunson's Super System book next to you. Like if you're just sitting there with like the book and you get your cards and you fucking open that book, you're like, 4-7, I don't know.
You bring in that fireplace.
What does the book say?
What does the book say?
You bring in a thing from your fireplace and you're like, oh, I misunderstood the email.
Aaron, I'll buy you drinks the next time we go out. If you at least one time during the day, you'll be like, technically, you can't do that. Technically, you have to raise. You can't say, I call Ed. Like, if you do some sort of technical thing to be a dick about the game, I got our next happy hour.
All right, I appreciate that. I got to read Doyle Brunson's book. I got a week to get it done. Maybe I'll read it while I'm listening to Russell's Rolling Going. How's the Rolling Going with Russell?
Well, to listen to it, Rob would have to send us a version of the podcast in enough time for us to listen to it before it's released. So I don't know if you'll get to do that, Aaron.
I'm so busy. Well, you know why I'm busy, Russell, is recently I heard they discovered a new kind of dinosaur. And this is making some people pretty horny out there who like dinosaurs. You know what kind of dinosaur they found?
What's kind of dinosaur?
A Ceratopoulos.
A Ceratopoulos.
Ceratopoulos.
Oh, well. I feel like some of our listeners would have something to say about that.
Don't. Edit out.
Rolling Going. I saw a celebrity tonight.
Oh,
Russell.
Is it Naz Reid?
I could either tell you the celebrity or we could play 20 questions, but I feel like 20 questions might be too long for this type of show. What do you guys think?
Feels like you can't just reveal it. We got to have like...
Okay, here is, we'll give you 20 questions. 20 questions of the celebrity. I saw him at a restaurant in downtown Minneapolis. You guys got 20 questions. Let's hear. Let's let.
Is this person an athlete?
Yes, athlete is correct.
Is it Naz Reid?
It is not Naz Reid. That's too, Aaron. You're terrible at this game. You could probably narrow it down a little bit more, but that's fine.
Is it a Minnesota? Does the athlete play for a Minnesota team?
No Minnesota team relation, Matt.
Is the athlete? Is the athlete still playing professionally?
Athlete is not playing professionally.
Right.
Did the athlete play an Olympic sport?
Potentially played on an Olympic team. I wouldn't say they're known for an Olympic team, but potentially played on an Olympic team, yes. I think they did play on an Olympic team. Is there 15 left?
Is the sport played inside?
Yes, the sport is played inside.
Oh.
Did this athlete come into your bathroom stall?
No, the athlete did not come into my bathroom
Okay,
stall.
that narrows it. That narrows it down.
I guess the way a baseball was played inside when he was playing. That's true. Is the athlete over the age of 60?
I would say no. The athlete is not over the age of 60.
Did the athlete play basketball?
The athlete was a basketball player. You are correct. You had 11 left.
Did the athlete recently have to blame a translator for losing a ton of money about something?
You were weird. He said it's basketball. Okay. Does the athlete have some sort of current Minnesota connection that we should be aware of?
There's no Minnesota connection. I was surprised to see them in Minnesota today.
Okay.
9 left. Matt?
I'm thinking. I'm trying to figure out where to go. Did the person play for the Bulls?
They did not play for the Bulls.
Did I loan this athlete money?
Okay. I don't know that Jeb is famous enough to make the list. It was not Jeb.
We got to edit that out because that joke makes no sense to anyone but our group of friends.
It does to about 3 people.
It makes sense to probably 40% of our audience, so it's fine.
That's totally
Is this athlete a current television personality?
Aaron, they are a current television personality.
I got an idea.
Did this athlete go to Auburn?
The athlete did not go to Auburn. You got 6 left.
Did the athlete play at Duke?
This athlete played at Duke. You are correct, man. Yes. You have 5 guesses here.
Is this athlete from an athletic family?
This athlete is from an athletic family.
I got it.
You have 4 guesses. You want to use a guess on it, Aaron?
No. It's my turn now.
No, I got to play with my teammates here.
Okay. I think. What is another controversial athlete? Okay, how about this?
Oh, no.
Would I want to sex this athlete in the club? If I went to the club, would I want to sex this athlete? We already know
the athlete went to Duke. Why would you ask about Mutombo?
Well, I'm narrowing it down, Aaron. Would I want to sex this athlete at the club?
Okay. We might have to delete this part out, but I'll say this. That is not correct. But I will say when the upstairs roommate and I walked past this athlete, I told the upstairs roommate late, when we walked out who this person was.
I figured out who it was.
The upstairs roommate did tell me that, a lot of tall people do like shorter women. And I looked and I was like, what does that mean?
So we're thinking about 6'7", 6'8", like a swingman type?
I think that's about right, Aaron.
Is she talking about you, Russell? Do you think she's talking about you being tall?
They were definitely talking about someone taller than me.
I'm serious. I figured it out. Can I use my next guess?
Let's hear it.
Okay. Did this athlete acquitted on charges, of a crime he did not commit? He tried to find the killer, but he got pretty busy.
You got 2 left. Aaron or Matt, you guys have a guess?
Well, Aaron knows it, so I'll just waste my... Did this person win a national championship while playing at Duke?
They did win a national championship, Matt. They won one in Minnesota at the Hubert H. Humphrey Metrodome.
One of 2 people.
Aaron,
did
you have a guess?
Athlete endorse?
No, you got to guess. This is it.
Oh my God, Aaron almost fucking blew it.
Grant Hill.
The answer is correct. I was leaving a restaurant tonight. Grant Hill and his wife are walking in.
Wow.
Grant Hill.
Is he doing the play-by-play?
She's arguably more famous than he is now because she's a chart-topping gospel singer, right?
I didn't know that, Aaron, but the upstairs roommate did mention that Grant Hill's wife was a very beautiful woman. This is where it came up that taller athletes like shorter women. It got kind of weird when I heard that. I didn't know how to respond to that.
You're pretty tall. You're a lot taller than we give you credit.
You know what? Yeah. You know what I was thinking though, Matt? I'm not really one to get pumped. I don't want to bother a celebrity when they're out. They're getting dinner. That's just not who I am to like, hey, can I get a picture? Can I do that thing? And even when I was walking away, I was like, what could be a more unflattering picture than me next to Grant Hill? Like 6'8", super athlete next to like Russ. It would be like, could you imagine how shitty I would look at that? Rob, could you, like, if you were standing next to Grant Hill in a picture, how would you feel about yourself in that picture?
Oh, it'd be terrible. Just like, it would, honestly, it would be like a cautionary tale. You know what I mean? Like, what could have been in your life? It's like a Goofus and Gallant, you know what I mean? But it's me and Grant Hill. Now, Russell, I got to ask you this. If Grant Hill, if you're like, hey, can you toss me the keys or whatever, right? Grant Hill chucks them to you. Do you immediately turn around and do a jumper to try to win? You know what I mean? You pull a Christian Laettner and immediately, that's what I would do every time he threw his head.
I will say I may have put together a custom video of the NCAA tournament where I superimposed my face on Christian Laettner. Okay. There was a part of me that almost pulled that up on my phone. I was like, Grant, check it out, babe. Hey, I'm open.
That's right. I forgot you did that. I was thinking you did that when you were like 15. I forgot that you did that a couple weeks ago as a grown man.
To be fair, Rob, this is another reason why I was like staying up late, not spending time with the upstairs roommate, meaning that's why they may be annoyed that I do spend time doing this podcast. So that maybe
you got to learn to prioritize. Your late nights are with us, Russell. You don't get any late night time that's yours. It's either us or the upstairs roommate.
That's it. He just wants to read his Hulk Hogan magazine. Do you think Grant Hill ever got mad at Lil Penny? Like,
he kind of stole his spotlight, huh?
Kind of, yeah, he kind of did. Like, I feel like Grant Hill's like, well, I could have had a Lil Hill, you know what I mean? Like, but you can't after Penny did it. You got to go big Grant Hill. Hey, you Lil Penny, this is huge Grant Hill. And guess what? I'm on a video with Blackstreet now. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. By the way, check in. Oh, God.
I hate to interrupt you, Russell. But I did want to say Grant Hill, I recently saw him on the news. He was talking about a new species of dinosaur that was discovered. And this dinosaur was a parodictyl.
What?
That was a good one.
I had one other thing I had to run by you guys. I took a flight last week. I went to Chicago. I took a flight, and I had an experience that I haven't had before.
You love the short flights. I love it. Russell's like getting on a plane. If it's a longer than 30-minute drive, he's flying.
I'm not driving to Chicago. That's insane.
That's true. That's a crazy long drive. Good point.
Matt, you fly for work. You're not driving to Chicago.
No, you're right. No. Did you fly to Midway or O'Hare?
Well, I flew to Midway the way there and O'Hare on the way back, but I did not realize, and I almost went to the wrong airport on the way back. Wow. But here was the experience. Here was the experience I had on the way back. I'm sitting. There's 3 chairs. It's 3x3 on each side. I'm sitting on the aisle. I like sitting on the aisle. That would be my preference. And plane's pretty full. There's about 2 or 3 empty seats, and middle seat's empty. Someone walks in. She walks to the back. She's in the middle, and she looks at me and she goes, "Hey, could you move over? I would prefer to sit on the aisle. I'm claustrophobic." Oh boy. Do you guys move over, or do you just say, no, hey, I'm going to stay where I'm at?
No, I ordered this seat on because I prefer the aisle as well. So I'm going to stay in the aisle.
She asked you to give up an aisle seat?
She asked me to give up an aisle seat, and she said, I'm claustrophobic. I don't want to sit in the middle. And she didn't say, she kind of said, will you move over? She just said, will you move over and sit in the middle?
And you said this plane was mostly empty, right?
No, it was all but full. There was probably 2. There was maybe two empty seats elsewhere in the plane.
Russell, I got to admit, I'm moving seats. I got to move seats. I would have to. I would be so mad about it, and I would yell at you guys about it, and I would be but I cannot. I would have to say yes. I can't help myself.
I think I'm with Rob. I'd probably move over. In part because I don't want to. I don't want to know what comes next. If I decide I'm not going to move and this person's going to be in the middle, I don't want to be around for what kind of behavior is going to go on. So I would
But at least you'd be on the aisle. You could lean into the aisle, lean away from her.
Yeah.
And if it really got bad, you can get up and walk out really easily.
That's true. Yeah,
you can't do that from the middle if she's pinning you in. So
we're all claustrophobic on planes. Like it's a claustrophobic space.
Yeah. What? But this is a total breach of etiquette. This is a total breach of etiquette. I'd just like to say, I don't care how claustrophobic. Yeah. Guess what? If you're claustrophobic, take some meds. Hey,
you should have booked your flight earlier, right? You should have paid to
got
get
there 10 minutes earlier.
Or maybe take a half a gummy or so before you get on a plane. Okay, right. That's going to actually help or really enhance the problems that you have on planes.
Yeah, make you feel like,
it's 50-50.
Rob, you can record this. I kept my seat.
Wow.
I kept my
seat.
Wow. I said, I'm not moving. This is the seat I want. I'm not moving.
What did she say to that? Was she okay with it?
She asked me kind of a second time, and I just said, no, I'm going to stay where I'm at. And so she went up, she asked one of the flight attendants. The flight attendant said, hey, go up to the front. We'll see what we can do. They found her a seat on the aisle somewhere else. Now I'm sitting on the aisle and nobody's next to me for the whole flight home.
Oh, you even better. Yeah, you definitely won. Okay.
Now,
but I did kind of feel like a dick. Speaking of people who are never dicks, Matt, rolling going, how's it going?
I feel like I learned something just like Rob learned stuff from watching me have sex. So that's great. Go ahead, Matt.
God. It works out. That stuff does work out. That's what, you know what? My wife is the same way. She does what she wants. And guess what? It always works out for her. It never goes the way I think in like my stressed out mind. Russell, did you see you land at MSP? You get off the plane. Did you see this person in any sort of transitory area where you couldn't say anything to you? I would be so nervous. Got to be sprinting off that plane.
They ended up sitting in front, closer to the front of the plane, so I never had to have a interaction with them again.
All right.
But normally I'm kind of like, normally I would just say, hey, maybe someone needs it. But then part of me in my head, it was like, this person might just say this every time. And maybe they're just being like, hey, I just want a better seat on the plane and I'll get someone to move over. So I just like, no, I'm not going to do it.
Russell.
Good for you.
Woman is insanely attractive. What do you do?
Open-toe shoes or closed-toe shoes? Then I'm going to leave a message for our listeners, something to check out on YouTube. It is, Heart was on the Howard Stern show recently. And a lot of these Howard Stern shows, they've got bands on. They'll play like 4 or 5 songs. They'll do the interview and play all these songs. You see them on YouTube. But I heard Heart playing Going to California by Led Zeppelin. And I think Nancy and Ann Wilson are probably in their mid-70s, and they are just killers. I have the utmost respect for these two as musicians. I just love their sound. It's a must listen.
Someone told me there's a girl out there.
Wow.
With love in her eyes and flowers in her hair.
Russell, that is so
good. We listened to this.
Nice.
Was this Led Zeppelin 4, I think, or one of them, right?
Yeah. Russell, that is such a good suggestion.
Sorry, I didn't mean to poach your time, Matt.
Nope, that's all right. Rob, I need the song Paper Crown.
Oh, right. It's not just Juicy J either.
Yeah, it's got Beck.
Important.
Are you serious? This has Beck? You guys didn't mention that this song has Beck in it as well?
I forgot.
Wow.
So, as you know, you can see that's the picture you're talking about a couple weeks ago, Russell, where it was Brian Lake Bull. Okay, so we talked about my preference for the kind of the quasi-uniform lifestyle of just having like the same stuff to wear to work, so I don't have to think about it.
Just keep it simple, right?
So we talked about pants 4, 5, 6 episodes ago.
Right, you were working on some new pants.
I found the perfect pants, and it was whether to just have that one pair or because I like them so much, go with 2 or 3 more.
Buy a bunch of them.
I bought a bunch of them.
Nice.
Just bit the bullet. Bought a bunch of them, went to the tailor, pick them up in a couple days, and then just wear the favorite pants of all time.
Great move.
Living that pants lifestyle, man. I would be too afraid that I'm going to lose too much weight in the near future. You know what I mean? Like I'm really going to get it together.
Colors, or are they all the exact same?
All the exact same price.
I love it. Wow. Do you hang up in your closet next to each other? You get like a section. These are my pants. I've
got my nice closet here.
So good. It's in the basement.
Have you tried them all on? It's like sometimes I'll order a few new pairs of jeans and they're all like the same size, but like the same company, but they're maybe different style. And immediately there's like 1 or 2 I like and then 1 or 2 I don't like. Have you tried them all on, Matt? Is there any that were like something went wrong with this one, or are they all good?
Well, they're all the exact same model.
Yep.
And so I have not. Yes, well, I did put them on when I needed them to get measured, but no, like I haven't put them to daily use yet. So I need to get them shortened because I'm short, so I got to get the pants the right length. So they're at the tailor right now, but yeah, since we were keeping it short this week, I thought I'd just update everybody. Aaron's wife at gmail.com gave me a really good recommendation, and I looked at some, and I went and tried some on because I found, but they just weren't quite as good as the Travis Matthews pants. So
we're getting stuff. This podcast makes things happen. It really does.
Bring people together.
Yep. So that's mine. Rob, Roland, how's it going with you?
Listen, two things. I got two things.
I can't believe you guys got my 20 questions. That was impressive.
Oh, of course. I said, as an athlete, I knew right away there's a great chance that this person was an athlete. Okay. I missed some other ones.
If we do like 18 more episodes, Rob will probably ask us at combined 20 questions about what's going on in our worlds, huh?
I think it was when Matt asked if it was Duke, then it was sealed for me.
When
it wasn't Barkley, I was like, well, it's got to be somebody else.
I'll tell you what, when I found out they were married to Heidi Klum, that's when it was sealed for me. I've been kissed by a rose on the wind. Thank you, Aaron. Listen, speaking of not listening to you, okay, last episode I noticed something very bad. I once again ignored Aaron, so I am now going to issue this week's apology of
a better apology.
The week.
Last week you ignored me?
And now an apology from
I think it was 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
What'd you say?
I mean, chances are it was last week too. But
for betting here.
Last week too, the sequel. That's this week. You know what I mean? Like the sequel to last week is this week. Last week, part 3, next week. All right. So here is the part where I ignored Aaron, and I feel like maybe I just did it again. Let's play this, and I don't remember what's on this clip.
The only time my haircut gets screwed up is if I cut myself, and then I have to go out and say, hey, would you please put a Band-Aid on the back of my head because I can't see where I'm bleeding from?
Yeah. Would I love to see Russell have to go to the hairdresser? All right, so that is me ignoring Aaron. And the only reason I bring it up is that he did say something that felt very real to me, which is that when he shaves his head, he knows he cut himself. He can see the blood on his hands, right. Okay? He doesn't know where the cut is because it is somewhere back
how
here.
Bad it is, yeah.
Yeah. And so he needs to go out. Now, Aaron, when you go out and ask your wife to put a bandage on your body, which is a wild statement, do you have said bandage? Have you opened it up? Is it out of the package? What or do you like say, hey, do I need a bandage? Or do you toilet paper?
I'm because I'm not near the Band-Aids when I'm shaving. So now I usually have to walk.
Okay, wait a minute. I gotta stop you. I gotta stop you right there. And I hate to do this so fast. On my rolling going, that's about you. Why are your Band-Aids not by the shaving? Where are the Band-Aids?
The Band-Aids are in the hall closet, and I shave right here next to where I'm sitting right now in the little utility sink. And because there's a big mirror there.
Matt, you're a dad I trust more than any other dad, okay? For me, it's you, Father Time, Darth Vader, 3 best dads of all time. Matt, where are you keeping those Band-Aids?
You know how long is your arm? I mean, your arm might be about 3 feet. Probably within about 2.5 feet of my spot of where I shave.
Man, it's funny how fun you're keeping them at the nudie bar.
You have to keep the Band-Aids in the bathroom. Why are they in the hall closet? The hall closet is for... I was going to say
we don't have a lot of space in the bathroom. We have. That's where the towels are. The towels are in there. The whole... Yeah.
They are Band-Aids. They do not take up a lot of space. You sound like Russell. I moved in. She made me throw away all my Band-Aids.
We've got a very cool little welly tin of Band-Aids. I'll show you. I mean, I can't go get it right now because we're in the middle of a very important episode. But we got a sizable tin of Band-Aids that doesn't just fit in any normal, medicine cabinet in a bathroom.
Russell, I'm going to go to you. What's the final decision? Weird not having the Band-Aids in the bathroom, or you get it?
What are we talking about again?
Oh, this is a special surprise.
Aaron, this is going to be last week, part 3. Next week's bit where Russell ignored Aaron. I can't wait.
I at least technically have a chemical excuse for why it is not registering.
Yeah, none of the rest of us do. Here's the thing.
You're saying, should there be Band-Aids in a bathroom?
Yeah.
Yes.
You keep your Band-Aids in the bathroom.
Or
if you don't keep them there, I don't know where the hell you keep them.
He keeps them in the hallway, Russell.
The hall closet.
They're in the hall closet.
No, I can see that. That makes sense.
That is
but if you shave your head off and that's where you get cut.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
but
you're right. I should move a couple here into this cabinet.
So you go out. So let me get this straight. You go out and say, honey, it's happened again. My head's bleeding. I don't know where. And she goes, yeah, it is bleeding. I need a Band-Aid. Then one of you goes to the closet. You open it up where there should be Parcheesi.
No, these are
Jenga.
We got two different closets. We got one for that's where Jenga's in one of them, and then the towels and the Band-Aids are in another.
There's one closet that's probably by the front door that's got like coats, games,
Band-Aids,
winter boots,
giant boxes of Band-Aids.
No.
Steamer trunks.
And then there's
full of
also
Band-Aids.
a closet probably in between some bedrooms near the bathroom, which has extra towels. It has extra stuff for the bathroom. It has the Band-Aids. I think Aaron's right. It's got to be in the closet by the bathroom.
Wow.
Russell's got it.
So then you have to go get a Band-Aid, and then she sticks it on the back of your head?
Well, yeah.
Wow.
I can't see it. Like, I've got blood on my hand, and it's really hard to look at the back of your own head.
So, Aaron, you're saying your roommate helps you out when you need help when something goes wrong. Is that right?
Yeah, 100%.
Oh, let's talk about what my upstairs roommate did not help me out with today.
Oh, no.
Inject it in my veins, please. Here we
go. Before we ran into Grant Hill and his talented, beautiful wife, and we walked past them. We said hello. They let us walk through the doorway. It was a very good experience. We went to this restaurant, very nice restaurant. Hold on. We went to a jazz club quickly called Berlin. I'd highly recommend it. It's in the North Loop. You guys
Is that new?
It's new, Matt. Yeah. I would love for you guys to come check it out with me sometime.
Can I
Is
ask?
that an invite? That's an invite, right? That's a verbal contract.
That's an invite.
That's binding, Russell.
That's an invite.
It's an invite.
Now, Russell, when you go to the jazz club, what's the jazz club called?
Berlin.
Did you hear this song?
Oh, jeez.
That's right, Rob. I am requesting a spot at the bar at the jazz club.
Negative Ghost Rider. The pattern is full.
So we go to Berlin, and I'll save some talk. We can talk jazz clubs another time, but it seemed like a very cool spot. We go to the jazz club. We order a drink. We're going to the restaurant right next door. So we walk 10 minutes or so, get there. I order a drink, and as you guys know, on our text chain, we like to take pictures of our drinks, send them out to the guys. I took a picture. I had the upstairs roommate take a picture of me holding this super cool red drink, was going to send it out.
You were in one of the pictures?
Yeah. I don't ever send with me in the picture, do I?
No, this is
just a drink.
change.
Yeah.
Here's why I don't ever send me in the picture. I've found out why.
Okay. Are you going to show us the picture?
I'm gonna, yeah.
Russell, my kids are sleeping.
I'll show
Everyone's
it to you guys,
sleeping
but
at my place. I can't do this.
I will not send it to you, but I'll show it to you.
Howard, screenshot. Where's my screenshot button?
So she takes the picture. We're at this very nice restaurant. She takes the picture of me holding this red drink. I got a beautiful smile. I'm having fun. And immediately she goes, "Oh no, we can't. You can't use this picture." She goes, "Your hair is sticking up like in Something About Mary, like someone jizzed in my hair, and it's sticking straight up."
Wow.
I will use a little gel, a little product in the hair when I'm done. I don't know, Matt. I don't know if you use anything in your hair to kind of put it the way you want it, but
just a little bit.
I use a little bit, and it went horribly wrong. And I'm going to show you guys the picture that is only for you guys. I don't know if you'll be able to see this or not.
Oh. Wow.
Look at what happened to my hair.
And you didn't know it? Yeah.
I didn't even know
Russell,
it.
Looking at your hair makes me feel like I'm watching Winamp. I mean, it looks like the thing on Winamp where it's going up and down.
I like it. I've never seen your hair do that, Russell.
That is wild to me.
Man, you should do that more often.
Rob, could you explain it to our listeners what's happening with my hair?
It looks like...
Hold on.
You know that
Can you hold it just
painting?
a little bit stiller so Rob can take a...
No.
He moved it over.
We'll just do that. How about that? You can take the picture you want right there.
Folks, if you want to see this picture, I will put this picture on the Instagram, but I will need 10 people to text into the back line. Hashtag, what's a good one? Hair. Hashtag hair. If you want to see Russell's hair, hashtag hair. I will not release it on Instagram until I get 10.
I mean, I wish I had seen that photo. I like it. I like the little flip-de-doo.
No, it was horrible. And she go and And this is, we've been out for an hour at this point. We've been
right. Why didn't you say that when you left the house?
Yeah. Oh, well, imagine that, Aaron.
Yeah.
So we left the house. We walked for 10 minutes together to the first bar of the jazz club, where we talked about how nice this jazz club, had a conversation for 20, 30 minutes then went to the new restaurant, sat there, ordered drinks. We were there for at least 20. This is at least an hour. And then the upstairs roommate says, "Oh, you can't send this picture. Your hair, there's something wrong with your hair."
That's a failure.
She was either looking deep into your eyes or looking deep into your trouser hog.
No.
Either way, she was distracted.
Was she? She just didn't look at you, Russell. The whole time you were out, she did not look at you. That is wild. That is wild. And the same shit happens to me all the time. I will go to school. I will sit here and talk to Jenny for 15 minutes in the morning. I go to school, toothpaste all over my face, just out of my lip, down the side. I look like a zombie. She has not told me. It is a major breach of the relationship that we have. We are looking out for each other. We are ride or dies. It's like that time when it's like that time I wore a Batman hat in New York and somebody goes out and a guy on the street goes, no, fat man. And she laughed. She laughed at the guy when he made that joke. She laughed at Fat Man. The guy said, no, Fat Man. And she laughed. That was, and I said, we're ride or dies. You got to be with me no matter what. You cannot be laughing at some guy burning on me.
What was your response to that? Can I coach you in weightlifting?
Guys, I had a meet today.
Yeah.
I lost. I got second place.
You had a meet today?
New coach.
Yeah.
You didn't tell us you were having a meet today.
Actually, he told some of us if you got into the Zoom call on time, Aaron.
Oh, wow.
Well, I mean, ahead of time.
A meet today, that sounds better than a charcuterie board, which I'm realizing is last episode. So take that time machine. Hey, this is this week, part 1, last week.
Russell, you're not going to get a chance to delete it because you don't get to edit anymore before the episode goes.
Okay, let's move on.
Hey, why don't we send it out like Monday at like midnight? That'd be great.
We're moving on.
For nobody's favorite part of the show, let's talk about the album.
Hey, when Aaron says I'll take Russ is out of town for a few days, I'll listen. Rob's like, no, we're good.
I mean, people liked it. I think it was good.
If you guys knew what it's like to edit a podcast after squatting on Mondays. Coming home and it's 9. You coming home at 8. You got to walk the dog. Nobody's done anything. You got to do all the dishes, and then you have to sit down and edit the podcast while also watching the NCAA championship game because you know that's going to be on late too. You're so tired the next day.
You're a hero.
That's so rich. All right.
Also, you had the day off. Oh no, that was.
Let's talk about Electric Warrior by T-Rex. And that reminds me, there was a new dinosaur discovered, and some people think it's the sexiest dinosaur yet. A Rexus texas. Now, that is a joke if you know a porn star's names. So there's going to be about 2 or 3 of our listeners, including John from Edina, who's going to howl at that joke. That was a good one. Now, guys, we are talking about...
I can't believe you would bring him up to talk about this. I thought we had moved past it.
I can't do this anymore. This is the 2nd album by T-Rex, but it's the 6th album by Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Ooh, this gets confusing.
Now, if you think that sounds pretentious, you have hit onto the basic premise of T-Rex. Okay? That is pretty much, this used to be a folk band. And this guy, Marc Bolan, would go and he would add his electric guitar over this folk music, which is kind of what you hear on Bang a Gong, right? Where there's this sharp electric guitar coming over stuff. But they switched for this album to glam rock. They released this album in 1971. I want you to hear the glam rock albums and listen to the years. Ready? So this is 71. This is such an inspirational album. Listen to this. Spiders from Mars. Okay. Ooh. 1972.
That's after this.
Right. He played guitar with Bowie in a band, which is why.
That's crazy because this whole album, I'm thinking about Bowie, and Bowie listened to this first.
And Bowie said, that's why Bowie, it's in the song by T-Rex.
Here we go.
He's name checked in the Bowie song.
That's changing how you're thinking about it now, isn't it?
Totally, yeah.
Then Lou Reed, Transformer, 72.
Ooh. Also, that was way up there. New York. That was one where we didn't think we'd be Lou Reed fans, and we've listened to Lou Reed, and we've
that's
given
what I
it props, I believe, right?
When people say, "Has there been an album you've loved that you didn't know?" It's Lou Reed Transformer every time. So this album again, 71. New York Dolls, 73. Matt and the Hoopies, 72. Yellow Brick Road.
Oh, that's Matt the Hoople, but okay.
Yeah, they believe that be the Hoople.
I was thinking, guys, that story about Grant Hill was just in my head.
Speaking of Grant Hill, I heard that who's the lead singer or the guitar player for this band? Who's the guitar player? Who's the main dude on this band, T-Rex?
Marc Bolan?
Marc Bolan.
Yeah, I believe he's like 5'4". He's under 5, very short.
Very short. Tall girls like
technically
short.
He could date Grant Hill. They'd look great together.
No, technically, I think Rob is closer to this guy's height
Fuck
than
off.
than me to Grant Hill. Like, so if you put him and Rob and me and Grant Hill, there's like Rob and this guy are like closer than me and Grant Hill.
I have never been so devastated on this show before. I said fuck off before I even thought about what I was going to say. I was so mad that you said that. Oh, go back and listen to how fast I said fuck off. Because
didn't Matt the Hoople record All the Young Dudes too?
Mm-hmm. They did. At Yellow Brick, by the way, can you imagine if Grant Hill goes to the strip club? It's discount night. Uh-oh. From Central Arkansas, number 33, Scottie Pippen. Scottie Pippen comes out. Grant Hill gets a lap dance from Scottie Pippen.
No.
It would look like they're down in the post playing one-on-one.
Grappling for position.
How long has Scottie Pippen been a stripper? Is that the special
at least the
surprise?
beginning of this episode. Aaron, were you not listening to Rob?
Are you serious, Aaron? You don't remember when we were talking about basketball announcers
becoming
from
Aaron next
stripper
week.
announcers?
I thought that was a funny joke for me to phrase it that way. I thought I was doing a bit. I'm funny tonight, guys. You don't understand. I'm doing jokes tonight. It's a different
Next
thing.
up. No. Who want a sex mutombo? You're going to Dikembe in your pants when you see this next one.
From Seattle, it's the Rain Man, Sean Kemp.
Worst stripper to see there?
Making it rain.
Worst stripper to see there? Pooh Richardson.
No.
What?
Why do we got to pull Pooh into this?
Actually, worst one to see, AC Green. That would be sad. If AC Green was stripping for you, you'd be like, AC, what happened? You kept it together so long, now you're stripping.
I think there could be celibate strippers, right?
The name of that would be the name that my wife would like.
Celibate strippers.
The name of the movie my wife would rent at the hotel. Honey, I got a movie. I got kind of a sexy movie we can watch.
Celibate strippers?
At the hotel.
Starring AC Green?
Yeah, I noticed you charged me for celibate strippers. I can guarantee I did not watch that. Please. I mean, what do? They come out and they're like, there's just a toilet on stage.
You're like, I think you got the wrong one. You charged me $9.99 for celibate strippers. I intended to pay $8.99 for taking it to the hole.
Oh. Do not go back and try to dissect this joke. Okay? You will get lost.
Don't.
I feel like I need to take a thread through the labyrinth of the joke that we just told. Because it is wild. The Minotaur is out there somewhere in the middle of this joke looking for us. Okay? The head of a bull. The body of a man. Worst combination ever.
3 seconds in the paint.
Speaking of head of the bulls, I mean, Jerry Reinsdorf. The Minotaur, right?
What about him?
Well, he's the head of a bull. Like the Minotaur.
What?
Russell, Minotaur is not a cryptid, so to stop thinking about that stuff. Here's the deal, okay? Rocky Horror Picture Show, 75. Yellow Brick Road, 73. You get all these albums that are so obviously inspired by
Yellow Brick Road is considered glam rock?
According to a list
What about
I looked
Jamaican
at.
Jerk Off?
Sure.
Not very glamorous.
We love that one. Now, this went to number 1 in the UK and it was a top 10 in the US with the Bang a Gong, Get It On. Oof. And I got to say, if you get a chance, check out the cover art. Did you guys see the cover art to this?
I don't know if I have.
Let me show you. It is.
Yeah, it's like a guy.
It is so cool.
With an amp.
Look at this, Russell. Yeah. This cover art kicks ass. Okay, it's like a gold. I mean, it just is so rock and roll. Now you realize
top 25 album cover.
It's really good.
I think so. And then you realize, Russell, that you realize why they shot it from below. If the guy's 5'4", because he looks taller than his amplifiers in this picture, but you know he's shorter.
I mean, if you stood next to him, you would probably fit in the album cover, whereas my head would be cut off at the top. Like my hair sticking up wouldn't make it in this
hair
album
sticking up
cover.
Would not be an issue.
It wouldn't be a problem. No. I would look fine.
I mean, tall amp reminds me when I played basketball against that former Vikings running back.
Amply?
I didn't think he was amply, but Oh, what? Is that something amply? Can you describe a woman as
Isn't
amply?
That his name? Like, isn't that the running back?
Yeah, amply.
Oh, what the fuck?
He was so amply. Hey, are you amply? I sure am. I'm amply. Oh,
ampless.
Wow. Here we go.
Can I ask, am I missing something? Maybe I wasn't paying attention to the last episode. Why does Rob keep pulling up 50 Shades of Grey? Did we talk about this last episode?
No, it's because I had to find what the trilogy was. And of course, the third book is...
Because this episode is like The Godfather 3.
No, it is
like
not.
that book is the...
It is not. It is like my favorite trilogy movie this week, part 3. 3 weeks from now.
Twilight film. How many Twilight films are there?
There was 3. Aaron, nice job.
This is the Police Academy 3 of Beck Did It Better.
Are you serious? We're cadets? No, we're...
I shouldn't have done it.
If the third Indiana Jones was the best Indiana Jones.
If we were characters in Police Academy, who would be who, Rob?
Okay, so first of all, I would be Steve Gutenberg.
Aaron would be the leader.
Aaron, the busty woman. Okay, Aaron's the busty woman. I picture
Who's Tackleberry.
I think Matt is Tackleberry, and I think Russell is sound effects guy. Russell, congratulations. What?
Isn't that Winslow?
Yes.
Michael Winslow, yeah.
Yes. And I'm also Hightower because I'm just so tall.
Dude, you're not even close to as tall as Hightower.
Now, can I just tell you, it was back in training. So I was right when I said cadets. I knew it was back in training because that is one of the movies at our house we had on VHS that we would just watch.
Do people at your weightlifting competitions think you have an unfair advantage because you're so short when it comes to squats and the bench?
You're getting real personal out here.
My rack height is 13, Russell. That means that they have the option to go 13 lower, and they don't.
Oh, I got you. Okay, I apologize.
13.
Okay. Matt hears me clucking.
You know what, guys?
What's that?
You know what? I'm pulling the ripcord on this episode.
Ripcord? Shirt's coming off?
Oh,
Shirt's coming off.
Special surprise.
Oh, pants might be coming off too. There comes a belt. If he puts the belt around up and I'm leaving the Zoom, I will not be a part of this.
Is he wearing a singlet? He's wearing a singlet. He's been wearing a singlet the entire time.
Why is he wearing a singlet tonight? Why are you wearing a singlet, Rob? Why are you wearing a singlet?
Almost pulled a muscle putting this thing on. I am now wearing my singlet.
It looks like Ron Jeremy and Mark Henry had a love child, and it's Ron.
Why are you wearing your singlet? Did you forget to take it off after your meet?
Yes, Aaron, I forgot to take it off. No, I had to clean up the meat because guess who ran the meat? Who was the meat director? My wife.
Oh, she's the meat director.
She's your trainer and the meat director?
She was the meat director. And so I had to go. Now, do you think this involved me doing a lot of setup stuff? Maybe on a Friday night in New York City? Oh, yeah.
Were these your T-Rex fun facts?
No. So here's the deal. Okay. I pulled the plug. I didn't pull the plug on the episode, man. Don't get such a big smile. Now, I hate to do this because we know we're running long, but in 1969, Bolan published his first and only book of poetry entitled The Warlock of Love. Okay, The Warlock of Love is the name of his book. I have a link to the book. I found it online. I'm going to go scroll to a random page and I'm going to read. Ready?
Can't wait.
Beamed like a quaking ship's mast, handsome like a stagecoach, robed in thunder brown, one yellow eye scans the failing hand, and host of theatricals bobbled and jingly gesture their tumbling way into puce frock coats and plumed hats. Guys, there's pages and pages of
with
this.
cockery.
Aaron, you should quote this during your poker game. This is the way you need to go.
Yeah,
crazy.
you're right.
And this Marc Bolan, I mean, this is just this album, you can just tell, and we're going to do this. We're going to have the How High Was He meter. When we do the song.
How high was he, Rob?
We're going to look at, he was Hightower. He was above the amps. He was above amp Lee. Guys, we're going to do for each song, how high was he when he came up with the lyrics for this song, okay? So let's get into Electric Warrior by T-Rex. First up.
Yeah, I actually didn't know any of the lyrics to the song. I didn't understand any of them.
Mambo's Son.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Everybody in the heart, you know.
Listen, did you see that story about Stephen King where he said his wife almost divorced him because he played Mambo No. 5 so much around the house? And he's like,
what?
He's like, I love Mambo number 5. I look it up. Stephen King loves Mambo number 5. Okay.
Wow.
First of all, he said one of his favorite parts. Just a little bit, Russell.
Just a tip.
Just a little bit of Jessica in his life. Okay. Next one. He had a little bit of Monica in his life. Yeah. And then a little bit of, is there somebody named Shorty?
I think it's Trina.
Trina. Okay. Yeah. Guys, you're like a Stephen King. You love Mambo number 5.
Trina's all night long, right?
Trina's all I need. Trina's all I...
With my hat in my hand, I'm a hungry man for you. Not that high. Okay. I'm not very high.
Yeah.
Oh, Rob. Can I help you? I've told the upstairs roommate at times, sometimes I bring things, I don't know. We've never had an official conversation about this, but
okay.
I think part of my role on the podcast and part of Matt and Aaron's role is to feed into Rob's comedic stylings. When we see an opportunity to feed to Rob, that's what we're supposed to do, right? Am I right?
Yeah, you gotta let the big dog eat.
Hit me down the low post. You guys are John Stockton, and I'm somebody else.
Olden
Greg Ostertag.
I'm Scottie Pippen. We're at Aerola 51.
Nice.
How are you introducing the next song?
Okay. Next up. Okay. Coming out. Here comes.
I didn't mean that you have to Google a new song.
Well, no. I want to find it. Guys, give me a famous alien.
There's like 18% of Matt's energy that just got sucked out when you Googled a new song here.
I know.
But I apologize, Matt. I didn't think this is where we were going with it.
Up to aliens from the big screen. Okay. I got it. Here we go. Ready?
What's happening?
Where is Caitlin? How come Caitlin's not on that list?
Guys, next up from Aerola 51, coming to you. They're coming out and stripping. It's the little shrimp guys from Men in Black. Okay, and they're going to be dancing to this next song, Cosmic Dancer.
Cosmic Dancer.
Okay, go to the bar and grab some squirt. Or whatever Aaron said earlier.
See, this is just a Beatles song to me.
It's a very Beatles, yeah.
Yep. 7 out of 10.
I was going to ask you guys, I told you we were listening to we were watching the Beatles Get Back documentary. Does it feel kind of weird we haven't heard another Beatles? We haven't heard a Beatles album like in at least a season and a half.
I think about that.
It feels like we should have heard something. It feels like they got front loaded when they redid the new album. It seems weird that there hasn't been anything between like 25 and 200, right?
Are we done with Beatles albums or is Get Back coming up?
I don't know.
Or no,
I'm almost there.
I think
it's not called Get Back. It's called.
So we had 5, 11, 24, 29, 35, and now we've got at 197. We'll have Meet the Beatles.
Oh, the old one.
So Abbey Road, Revolver, Sgt. Pepper, White Album, Rubber Soul. 5, 11, 24, 29, 35. So
no Let It Be.
Oh.
Huh.
Let It Be is at 342. Then we've got A Hard Day's Night at 263, Help at 266, and Let It Be at 342.
If Grant Hill shrunk an inch every year, he would still be way taller than Rob by the time we do Get Back.
God damn it.
Or Let It Be, whatever that is.
I'm surprised Beatles 1 isn't on there. That had a ton of good songs on it. Thank you, Russell. Russell got that one.
I get it. That's
Next up, I read online that people think this is one of the band's best songs. It's called Jeepster. I laughed out loud when they said this is one of the band's best songs. I mean,
this one's...
This is crazy.
You can hear the Chuck Berry influence.
Yep.
You know, you heard Chuck Berry. I heard Chuck Berry too, but for a different reason, Matt. This song here was in the movie Death Proof, which is Quentin Tarantino movie.
Oh, yeah.
And it started to make me think, Quentin Tarantino does a great job with music in his movies. So I thought we could do a list of the greatest songs ever in Quentin Tarantino movies.
Wow. And Jeepster, is that in a Quentin Tarantino movie?
Jeepster is in Death Proof.
Wow.
Oh. It's the Kurt Russell one, right?
Yeah, I saw that in the theaters.
Car and stuff, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
First song on the list is from the 1992 film. We call them films when it comes to Quentin. It's Steelers Wheel, Stuck in the Middle with You.
Oh, from Reservoir Dogs, right?
Reservoir Dogs, yes. You guys remember the scene of this one or not?
Oh my God, the razor. Yeah. Jesus Christ.
It's kind of, you're watching like the most violent. He's cut the guy's ear off and he's dancing to a pop song. It's such like a juxtaposition of like pop versus violence, right? I don't know how else to explain it.
Very Tarantino
great
thing,
song.
Yeah.
What percent of people do you think the first time they heard that thought it was Bob Dylan? 95?
Large.
Yeah, for sure.
Percent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did until I was like 43 or something.
All right. Aaron, you had mentioned kind of a
almost 44.
One of you got, Aaron, you said kind of a mix of violence with kind of pop or something that's like a Tarantino thing to do. Is that right?
Yeah. Like the incongruity, right, of the sound and the visual.
I think one of them, we're going to skip ahead a little bit, Rob. This is from the 2003 movie. This made it, I believe, to the Elite 8 in the tournament. We still haven't gotten through the Final Four because nobody's requesting to hear it. But the next song is from Kill Bill Volume 1. And I believe we've talked about this before when what's her name, Krista Kirsten, wanted to hear, she had a problem with us using the term bang bang or a banger. And
that was actually Sarah from Eden Prairie.
Oh.
But I'm not surprised that
we missed
Or are we going to get some Nancy Sinatra here?
Nancy Sinatra, Bang Bang, Baby Shout Me Down.
So good.
This is in Kill Bill, right after the super violent beginning, after the wedding. And this kind of sets the tone for both Kill Bill movies, right, Aaron?
Yeah, this is an all-time great music moment in a movie.
Aaron, you know one of the reasons I think you like this? I don't know if you know this, and I was reading the person who arranged the soundtrack and did a lot of work on the soundtrack for this Kill Bill.
Yeah,
is the RZA from Wu-Tang.
The RZA!
Did you know that?
That makes sense.
I didn't know that he worked on Kill Bill. I knew that he and Tarantino had worked together, but I didn't remember it was Kill Bill.
Kill Bill is so kung fu. I mean, it would make sense that all those guys would be right in there.
Next song on the list. This goes out to The Pleasure Principle. Aaron, I think this is a movie, if I remember, you love this movie too, but Pleasure Principle for sure loved this one. It's from Pulp Fiction, 1994 movie. I don't know how to pronounce the song. It's from Dick Dale. It's Miserlou. It's Pumpkin and Honey Bear. They stick up the diner
character,
and they're like, every last one of you sit the fuck down and we'll kill every last one of you. And then this song kicks in. A great music moment in Tarantino film, right?
Perfect cue, yep.
Also, a young Rob learning what a GIMP is. A huge moment in my career. God, just unbelievable.
You're thinking, would it be more fun to wear the mask or to have someone else wear the mask?
We both wear the mask. My wife had anything to say about it.
We got one of these with the...
Hey, I got this new mask. Do you want to try one of these masks too? I think it's going to actually help.
When Ving Rhames says, they said, he says, are you doing all right? No, man. I'm not doing fucking all right, or whatever he said is.
I'm pretty fucking far from okay.
Yeah, that's what he says, yeah.
Honey, I know you saw the credit card bill. I ordered the masks with no eye holes. I thought they would be cheaper, and they weren't. They were more expensive. What? You talked about this on the podcast, and I didn't listen, so I don't get it? That's so... Okay.
Babe, I think that was Grant Hill that we just saw at the restaurant that we walked out of. Is that Grant Hill?
He's as tall as Rob is. So tall.
Next song on the list, I think Pulp Fiction, there's a dozen songs you could pick from Pulp Fiction. There's Son of a Preacher Man. There's all these good ones. I believe the one is, I forgot the name of the one where she's ODing on it. But the one we had to do, Matt, you had mentioned Chuck Berry earlier on this. This is some song by Chuck Berry. It's the famous song when they're dancing in the diner. You can't. What is it? You never can tell.
Yeah.
Can't. I mean, if you hear this, you got to immediately kind of start doing that twist or whatever that dance is, right?
Yeah. We're doing it. Vincent Vega.
I'll tell you what, man. I watched a movie that had Chuck Berry in it too, but it was way different than what you guys are talking about. There was a lot of him like looking at the camera being like, is the night vision turned on? Stuff like that.
Speaking of bathrooms, I've never seen you guys the picture. I was at a conference. I was at this hotel a while back, and on the toilet paper, how sometimes they'll put like a sticker on it, or they'll do like something at a hotel where they make it like a triangle. This one had a sticker on it, and it said, "Thank you." Like, why is the hotel thanking me for using the toilet?
Yeah.
Like, why is there a thank you on the toilet paper?
I guarantee if you've cleaned hotel rooms, you are always thankful when people are using the toilet.
Well, we've heard about your experiences and what you've left for a tip.
I knew you were going to bring that up. Fuck. Okay. I left the tip on the top of the tank. Okay. So it wasn't that big a deal. And it was a nice tip. All right. Because there was major problems going on.
Last thing on the list, there's so many movies we could have done. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood has a bunch of good ones. Jackie Brown, there's so many good Tarantino movies, but we had to cut it down. This is a mixture of two of the greats ever. It's from the movie Django. The song is Unchained. It's a mix of Tupac and James Brown.
Whoa.
Is that badass or what?
Yeah, wow. Was this something he recorded while he was alive, or was this put together posthumously?
I think it was put together posthumously for the movie. But either way, you're going to take two legends like Tupac and James Brown. It's got to make the list, right?
Yeah.
Oh, 100.
Yeah.
So those are the best songs ever that are featured in Quentin Tarantino movies.
Russell,
that was a great list.
That's an all-time list.
That's a hard one to make. Yeah.
That's a good one.
Oh, yeah.
Also, Steelers Wheel. I thought for sure Steelers Wheel was when Franco Harris ran downfield on a long bomb. Okay. But it turns out Steelers is spelled Stealer. Wheel is a type of route. And
do you think was he running the wheel ride on the Immaculate Reception? Probably, right? Because what else would he been doing?
Because I know he was running train during the Immaculate Conception when he and Terry Bradshaw fucked my wife and got her pregnant.
Oh my God.
Wow. What?
And that linebacker with the big teeth. The Immaculate Conception. Guess what? That play, number 101 on NFL's greatest plays. They barely talk about it.
When I was thinking of that, I was thinking of Rob and his wife when they went to the store and bought cheese and then told the credit card company they didn't buy the cheese and didn't want to pay for it. Steelers wheel.
Whole wheel.
Speaking of the Steelers, I forgot. I have a joke. Can we go back to your 20 questions game?
Let's hear it.
Is this athlete have something gray? Okay. Does this athlete have something gray? I'm going to edit that in.
Appendage.
I'm going to edit that in. That's good. Next
Strange
up,
killer.
Monolith. Here the lyrics are: the throne of time is a kingly thing. From whence
Rob,
you know what we do begin.
You don't understand. I'm saying he doesn't have a gray dick. Right?
What?
No. Never.
Oh, yeah. Does this person have a gray dick? That's what I'm
saying. No, he doesn't have one.
All of these sound like he was recording through the same mic that John Lennon used on the White Album.
Yeah. Oh, you can hear it all over the place. Lean Woman Blues.
You mentioned the White Album. I was thinking about doing rewatching that Beatles documentary. What do you guys think about just like doing the full deep dive on the Beatles, watching all the documentaries, reading all the books? Is there any value that like fun that can come out of that or no?
I don't think too much other stuff in life.
Do you know why there's so much stuff, Russell?
Why?
It's not because there's so much to learn about them. It's because they're so popular and all that stuff sells to people. There's not new
stuff.
How long were the Beatles? How long were they together for, guys? 5 years? 4 years?
7 years? 7 years?
I mean, it's like nothing. Like there's not that much going on, but everybody will buy a Beatles book.
Probably about 4 years longer than this podcast if Rob keeps handling it the way he handled it a few months ago.
I mean, they were together in Hamburg in the 50s, but they didn't break until 62 here, really. But I mean...
they were done in 69, 70, 69.
Ich bin ein Hamburger. It's me, Ringo. I'm in Hamburg. Hey, I'm helping the mayor. You could say I'm a real hamburger helper. All right, by the way, and if you think I'm going to make a jack-off joke about the guy from the hamburger helper box, you're wrong. I'm not going to do that right now. That's for episode 302. Write that down, please, and remind me. Send me a voicemail.
Season 5.
Season 5. Okay? something beefaroni. I mean, there's jokes all over the place.
E2.
Guys, next up, the song that is... Okay, now listen. Bang a Gong, parentheses, get it on, was originally... This song is a bop, by the way. It's good. I listened to this, I bet, 20 times.
I don't know if it's Remember the Titans. This has got to be in like football shows or movies or something. Oh, right. I know this from movies, don't you guys?
Like they've got it together montage.
Yes.
Like now we're
getting off the bus in slow motion.
I think it's actually at the beginning of Friday Night Lights, the one season. They're sitting at the pool. Everyone's having fun. I would bet money that's where I know it from.
I don't want your life.
No.
Now,
wrong.
This was renamed Bang a Gong, parentheses, get it on. It had to be renamed Bang a Gong, parentheses, get it on, because there was originally a song by a band Chase around the same time called Get It On. Now listen to this fucking song. This song might be better.
Get it on in the morning now.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
It's like a Chicago Blood, Sweat, and Tears.
Right. Yeah, like the Moody Blues.
I put this on the Russ list. We're going to listen to this every week now when we're waiting to get started. It's so good.
They're ripping.
We have heard Bang the Gong, Get It On before. Do you guys remember when?
It was a song where the instrument was not in the song, right? Is that what it was?
No, it was one of the best songs played on the Trident Studio Bechstein piano. We talked about that on, I believe, I don't know if it was a David Bowie one, but we heard Beatles' Hey Jude was played on the same piano as that Bang the Gong. Elton John, Tiny Dancer, played on the same piano as that glissando. It was a glissando on this one, which remember is when you rip your finger up and down the keys.
Yep. Mona.
Carly Simon, You're So Vain, and then 7 Seasons of Rye by Queen were all on that same piano.
Russell, what's one funny bit from that episode?
Sorry, Rob. I didn't know that we like to talk about those notes anymore.
I sometimes like to talk about the past.
Sorry, John.
Russell,
I don't remember.
I tell you all the time the notes are so good. Now you stop that. You know I say good things about the notes.
That actually, did you just say Tony Danza?
No.
That was one of the good bits, was Tiny Tony
Danza. Don't
Danza.
say that because I just said Mona again, redoing the bit. That makes me sound like I just have one bit. I do.
The opening of my notes was, I thought this was a really good episode. Maybe top 10, despite all the gas talk at the beginning, which makes me think Rob was making a lot of fart jokes at the beginning.
Oh, is this Stevie Wonder? Sir Dookie?
This was Aaron's kid is on preschool spring break and he loves PT boats.
Hey, there you go.
Oh, wow. That was 2022.
That is crazy. Now, hey, can you imagine the future? We're going to be doing the same bit. We're going to be like, that was the Scottie Pippen giving a lap dance to Grant Hill. And it looks like they're getting position on the blocks. We'll be like, oh, yeah, I remember that bit. That was a good one. It's also the same episode as the Alien Strip Club, Aerola 51.
This also was Matt's, where Matt said he can't stand ordering it as a group at a restaurant. Mac does not like ordering groups at a restaurant.
I don't
Russ
blame
did
him.
dinner in the dark on this episode.
Oh my God,
I don't even know what Rob, this is something like where we get into Rob's weird stuff. All I have his notes about Rob was cakewalks, whatever that is. Cakewalk.
It's because nobody in New York knew what a cakewalk was, but now people are getting invited to a cakewalk. I got a text about it this week. It's crazy. Now, Russell, I got to tell you this.
You're not supposed to say cakewalk. It has racist.
Don't say that, because then I say I did cakewalks when I'm younger and it sounds bad. Okay, stop saying that. Okay, that's what everybody says when I say, "Do you know what a cakewalk is?" They look it up and it's super bad. I didn't know that. I just got cake when I was in elementary school. It was my favorite.
I didn't either. We don't have to go into it, but you're not supposed to say it now.
Something so good for my life was actually bad. He got Bang a Gong, Get It On. Russell, listen to this. It is based on a Chuck Berry sound. He said, and that's why on the way out, if you listen to him, he goes,
it's so popular.
And he goes, keep file. It's a quote from the Chuck Berry song, which is a good thing he didn't find out. Chuck Berry didn't find out he did it. You can ask John Lennon about that. Did all these damn free albums for him. But check us out. Little Queenie. Listen to this. Does this sound like Bang a Gong? Listen to the guitar.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. Okay.
Looking like a model on the cover of a magazine.
It also sounds like the dance scene from Pulp Fiction.
Now listen. This took me on a deep dive on Chuck Berry, and I just got to tell you guys what I found, because I went to it. First of all, I had forgotten that what he got in trouble for. He had a restaurant where he was taping women going to the bathroom. Now, I just got to say this. Listen, taping women going to the bathroom at your house, bad. But can you think of a worse place to want to see people go to the bathroom than a restaurant? That has to be the worst. It has to be it would be like if you had it in an airplane. Like, it's a psychopath.
What?
You would not.
Doing more Chuck Berry bathroom content?
Oh, I think both are bad, right?
How can we keep?
No, a restaurant is worse. A restaurant is way
rock.
worse. People out there know I'm right. Now, he got busted because the janitor found these tapes and Chuck Berry had edited them into compilations. And I feel like this is a stand-up bit that I could do. So just bear with me for a little bit. Can you imagine? It's really funny thinking of Chuck Berry going through these VHS tapes, taking the time with 2 VCRs. He's got 2 VCRs at home. He's pushing record, he's pushing stop, he's fast forward, he's doing all this stuff.
Scrambling them and unscrambling them.
He is doing so much work to be able to jack off later to the same stuff.
No.
Like he is working so hard. He's like, putting in the time, man. But I got to get this video just right so it makes me really blast off. Like it's so crazy. He's fast. Can you imagine how much stuff you got to fast forward on a bathroom cam? No. He's getting just the parts he wants. Okay. Then the funniest thing I ever saw is what Chuck Berry, guys.
Matt and I are horrified, and Aaron is just sitting. I think Aaron might have fallen asleep during this bit. Aaron's not even acknowledging you're doing it.
Chuck Berry. If you look at a picture of Chuck Berry, and this is going to sound weird, okay? And I wish you guys wouldn't judge me for what I'm saying.
No.
Chuck Berry in his coffin.
Oh.
Check this out, okay? This is wild to me. Chuck Berry look what he's wearing. You guys see what he's wearing? It is a sailor hat. Chuck Berry was buried in a sailor hat. Now, I did some digging. Was Chuck Berry ever in the military? No. Bury me in my fake Air Force whites, please. I am begging you. I want to be buried in my Navy whites. Can you guys do that for me? I want to have stolen valor all the way to the grave. And then I did some digging, and guess what? Chuck Berry, he wore the outfit all the time. If you look at a Google search of Chuck Berry, he is wearing a captain's hat in almost every picture. Do you see this?
Yes.
It's bizarre.
Is this the T-Rex research you were talking about?
Yes. This is the greatest research. And then
the wild stuff about T-Rex.
He had one episode.
This is why we had short rollings going.
There's one article online about the hat, and it's just called Chuck Berry given Lifetime Achievement Award, still won't take off stupid hat.
And that's from punchingkitty.com.
Well, yeah,
this is why I couldn't do 21 ingredients on last week's charcuterie draft.
Guys, look at Chuck Berry's hat. Why is he wearing a captain hat? It's crazy. We got to look into it. Okay. But did you guys like the bit about the VCR tape? I thought that
was at the Frozen 4, the hockey Frozen 4 the other day. And in between periods, they did a thing where they honored service people who had served in the armed forces.
Mm-hmm.
And it was weird because typically people will stand up and you clap for people who have served. They asked people to stand who had served. And I was like, damn, this would be a perfect opportunity for like Rob to get a thing of popcorn or something and just happen to be standing.
It's me.
Would you ever stolen valor at like a sporting event?
Well, I wouldn't be able to stand up wrestling. You know why?
Why?
Because I got wheeled to this hockey game. Okay.
No. We can't do that. No, you can't. No.
Yep. It's the full thing. And people will turn and thank me for my service. And I'll be like, yeah, no problem. Okay.
No.
You got to, hey, Russell, if you're going to, in for a penny, in for a pound. It's the whole way. Planet Queen.
Well, it's all right.
Well, it's all right.
Love is what you want.
Now listen to this.
Flying saucer, take me away.
Flying Saucer, Take Me Away. This is a 10 out of 10 on the how high was he?
Yeah, this is the Ziggy Stardust stuff where you feel like Bowie must have listened to that.
The problem is Bang a Gong is so good.
Also the mix of the acoustic guitar with the sort of power mix. Yeah.
The acoustic, this Bang a Gong is so good. Every other song started to sound very similar to me. Big time. But God, there's Bowie here. Oh, you can hear so much Bowie.
Yeah.
In your fields above
I'm not reading the lyrics anymore. I can't do it. It's too much.
But if this all comes before Bowie, we may have to reevaluate, right?
I think it's very. That's why I thought that was an interesting thing I came up with.
What do you think of this band, Matt? Did you know anything about the band beforehand or not?
No, and I swear he was with Bowie before this.
Yeah, he had played guitar on a song. Yeah,
yeah, and probably been around the scene with him.
Oh yeah,
I did little to no research as the song, and Rob did a bunch.
Mm-hmm.
It just, I hear it, and whether he influenced them, these other bands, or they influenced him, I don't know. It feels like a ripoff to me, but, I don't know. I have nothing to prove that, and I didn't do the deep dive because it just felt like another kind of cheesy 70s rock album to me, personally.
And sometimes when you go on an internet deep dive, okay, people actually don't appreciate all the research that you did. Okay, they don't want to talk about the captain's hat as much as maybe some other people do. So I get it. Listen to this, Russell. If you came out with a great song like Bang a Gong, would you try to make another song that sounds exactly the same on the album?
That's what we're going to do in S4E7.
Okay, who's like Scottie Pippen? All right.
Grant Hill, 33, small forward.
Okay, think of another famous alien that we haven't mentioned yet. Predator, he's an alien, but people don't know that. They think they're against each other, right? If you went to an alien bar and you saw Predator there, you would think there's about to be trouble. But you forget, Predator is also an alien.
What?
Hey, come on down to the stage, Predator. You're one ugly son of a bitch. You're one ugly son of a bitch. Why is there that echo? All right, so listen to this. This is exactly the same as Bang a Gong. Right?
No, is this the same?
Yeah, it's a little more angular.
Oh, they're kind of...
Yeah, that's similar.
Thank you. Yeah. Why not? Go for it again.
Down a little bit.
Like a sequel.
What if we wrote a song called Let It See? That's my Ringo. Let It See. All right. Spanish version. Life's a Gas. They released this and Jeepster as the single in the UK, just to show you how dumb they are. Craziness.
I like his way of speaking. Guys.
Life's a Gas was also what Chuck Berry edited out of some of those videos.
No.
Rip off.
Whoa, we've not heard this percussion the whole hour.
There was some interesting drums there. Oh,
what a totally different voice.
It's kind of a harsh.
Yeah.
Hey, Russell, can I ask you, when Aaron's done with that Band-Aid on the back of his head, what does he do with it? It's a rip-off. Are there any other rip-offs we can think of? No, there's not. Let's get to the rating system. Folks.
All that Patreon money that people pay you for this podcast, it's a rip-off.
What do you think the breaking point would be? Like, would our core listeners pay 10 cents an episode bad, or would they be like, I'm out?
Maybe a dollar.
Maybe a dollar.
Maybe a dollar.
Our hardcore listeners were. We got about 3 to 4. Well, I actually think we have about 12 hardcore listeners.
Could you imagine the low point of your life when you have to put in your credit card, like that 3-digit code? You're like, do I really even want to put in my credit card onto my phone for this product?
Hey, honey, I was looking at the credit card bill. What is this 10 cents charge? I can't see either. I got the eye holes. I thought it would be cheaper. It was more expensive. Hey, do you want to listen to our favorite movie, Pulp Fiction?
Listen, they don't have eye holes. Listen, is this album, okay, at 188? Is this a rolling well tone? This is perfect at 188. Hey, T-Rex. Okay, we love the dinosaur. Not to mention some of the hornier dinosaurs we heard about, such as...
Hey, Rob, do you want to know what they call this episode in England, Great Britain?
What's that?
It's a double recording with cheese.
Oh, wow. Wow. I thought you were going to say it's a ripoff. And I was like, I think we already made that joke. I'm confused. Russell, this is a... You know what else is a ripoff? I can't do that. Russell, if this was a great album at 188, it is great. Just like my favorite dinosaur, and I got to get through a lot of these now, a Lickalotopus. Oh, gross. Okay, that would be 188. Is this a rolling bone? Kind of like a Bonosaurus Rex. Okay, that would be a lower, it should have been a higher number. It got boned, which is, of course, a lower number on this list. Or is this Biceratops? I hate that one too. Can't stand it. That would be a rolling groan. Ugh. Okay, what do you think, Aaron? Rolling well-toned, rolling bone, rolling groan. 188, it's a glam rock classic. It inspired a bunch of bands. Question mark, was it a ripoff? What do we think? T-Rex.
This was a fun discovery for me. As I mentioned in the opening, the only T-Rex song I knew was Raw Ramp because our friend Bryce used to put that on his mix CDs.
Aaron, can you repeat that name so I can write it down for the next week's regional? What was his name?
Bryce.
Oh, Bryce. Got it. All right,
Replacements guy.
You spell it.
So I knew Raw Ramp. I didn't know this album at all. It was fun. I played it like 4 times today. It was it's an all-day album for me. I think it has a little bit of everything I'm looking for. It's got some chunky grooves. You can kind of dig into it if you want. You can also ignore it. Let it be background music. Is it great music? I'm not sure. I don't understand who inspired who, but I liked it. And I think it's cool. So I'm going to give it a rolling well-toned.
Russell, what do you think? Rolling well-toned, rolling bone, or rolling groan?
Aaron kind of mentioned who inspired who. I wish someone on our team would have done a little more research just to like explain did they inspire Bowie or did, it would have been nice to just have a few more facts about that type of thing. But
it seems like we got a lot of Chuck Berry facts instead, which is odd.
Guys, you wore a captain's hat to the grave.
Rob, it's, right next to my Sid Bream cards over here. My captain hat is sitting there. I can't quite reach it, so I won't do it. I'll do it next week for you.
Russell, everybody in Minnesota who has a boat has at one time owned a captain's hat. Next time you see somebody in Minnesota with the captain's hat on the boat, think of Chuck Berry and think of me.
I was reading about this kind of glam rock. I don't think it was a very long period, maybe like 5-6 years. And I was kind of reading some of the bands that were influenced by this. I'm not really into any of those bands. So like when you talk about like if this was influential, I love Bowie. I've said before, that's probably one of my favorite artists that I've gotten to listen to because of the Quest. But some of the bands that I'm seeing that they influenced are just not my types of bands. So I think it's got a super strong hit. I love the big hit with Bang the Gong, Get It On. And I actually think some of the songs are kind of jams, but this can't be this high on the list. I've talked about this before, but there's this album by Tom Petty. Matt, what is the album called again?
Wildflowers.
Wildflowers. How is this ahead of Wildflowers? I'm going to say it's too high on the list. Rolling Groan?
Rolling Groan.
Rolling Groan.
Matt, rolling well-toned, rolling bone, or rolling groan. What do we think, T-Rex?
Russell sums it up perfectly. We look at what's coming next. After this, we've got Etta James at last. Oof. Is 3 worse than that. Beastie Boys, License to Ill, Leonard Cohen, Pavement, one of my favorites. You guys might not like them, but there's so many better albums. I think personally, I should have done more research because I cannot believe that this guy influenced Bowie. I'm pretty sure Bowie was around 5 to 10 years before him. Well, and then, these guys, what's that?
Yeah, go ahead.
And I think he changed everything in like 67, 68. He used to be kind of more of a folksy type band and then started going electric. And so I just,
you know what?
I don't know.
Listen, Hunky Dory, 1971. I mean, that's right, the same year as this album. That's the same year as this album. I think that's probably more of an influence than anything. Changes, Life on Mars.
Where we talked about Hunky Dory, it was when we talked about the same piano. They were probably recorded right at the same time in that same Bechstein piano, Rob.
Wow. Mm-hmm. It's probably totally true. I totally agree. That's a great point. God, guys, we're smart.
I'm going to say Rolling Groan should be lower on the list.
Unfortunately, you guys are incorrect.
Number. Shit.
This gets a rolling bang-a-gong. That song kicks ass. I literally listened to it like 20 times this week. I listened to the rest of the album once.
Yeah, it was great when we used to bang a gong at the beginning of these episodes, wasn't it, Rob?
Oh, my God.
I forgot about the gong.
I had the sound effect the whole time. I didn't play it.
It's first gong you banged tonight.
God dang it.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, dang it. Next up. Okay. I'm going to do one more dinosaur joke, guys, and that's it, okay? Next up. We are headed back to the Riot Girl scene with an album that is what an archaeologist calls oral sex.
What?
Dig Me Out by Sleater-Kinney.
Oof.
Oh, that can't be true that they call it that.
I would guess not, but I don't know any archaeologists. When you want to hear about got a week to find out.
Ask at your poker game.
But you're just too lazy to look it up.
Hey, are you an archaeologist? I got this old bone.
If you want to hear for guys who chat and then they get off track.
I do look forward to hearing how Aaron's poker game goes.
I am too.
I'm going to win.
Yes, Aaron. Yes. Take all that school's money. We can't pay any teachers. Somebody took all our money in a poker game.
Hey, Rob, I know you asked me not to do this, but I got to go pull the ripcord. I'm out of here.
Oh, no.
It's time.
I usually wait till after the podcast to do that. Listen. Did you hear about the new dinosaur, Russell?
What dinosaur is it?
Tyrannosaurus Rex. I mean, it was there the whole time.
It's right there.
Sorry, guys. We got another text message to the back line.
Let's hear it.
Can Russell come downstairs later? He wants to watch Total Recall.
That is so... And I don't like... It's so... I feel bad that your upstairs roommate misspelled downstairs, so it sounded weird on that part.
Downstairs?
It turns out it's actually a hard word to spell. Okay.
Some people don't appreciate the actress Triceratops in that film.
Oh my God. We're starting... You know what? We're starting back up. Let's go. We're wrapping around.
Next episode.
This episode, part 2. Next episode. We'll see you at the next episode. This episode, part 2. Okay, Russell. Hope you got another joke loaded up.
I've got the perfect podcast for you, Jack.
Beck did it better.
Announcements. That's all I got, Rob. It's time. The time is done.
Can Russell come downstairs later? He is watching some documentary on Scottie Pippen.
I'm confused.
It's the Scottie Pippen version of
The Last Dance.
The Last Dance, but it's Scottie Pippen be like, actually, I wasn't that bad. Bad. I don't know.
The Last Table Dance.
Oh my God. It's the Last Table Dance, Russell. Guess what? We got to start it up again. We're swinging back around.
The greatest albums of all time.
I'm so tired.